What's more important, personal development or professional development? You know, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, a lot of times I think that we believe professional development is the most important, whether that's sales systems, processes, procedures, financial management, you know, marketing. There's 1,000 things that we could say is professional development, right? But I remember when I was newer in my entrepreneurial journey, I had kind of already gone through the hardship of realizing that I had to know how to sell, right? So I had learned how to sell already, so that wasn't really that difficult. But what I didn't realize that I wasn't good at is figuring out how to be just a better human being, right? A better communicator, a better person who sets more clear expectations. You know, someone who can define success well, someone who can lead, someone who has a balance of health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And, you know, this process of personal development, personal improvement, it's not like it's a one-day thing, a 30-day thing, a 90-day course. It's a lifelong journey. And I think that that's part of the reason why a lot of times we struggle to really grasp onto this idea of personal development. And it's a little bit harder to measure, right? Professional development is easy to measure. You know, did you get more sales? Yes or no? Okay, great. I got better at selling. You know, did you have a better financial outcome? Okay, great. I got better at managing my finances. Like, there's so many different things, like, from professional development standpoint. And, you know, sure, some people are going to say, well, you know, leadership is professional development, but it's not really, because you have to develop and change yourself if you're going to lead better. So it's really a personal development piece, not so much a professional development piece. Sure, there's little nuances that are in there that are more professionally based, but ultimately what I realized just over the last several years even, right? Because everything is hindsight. I believe that we are in the becoming. We are in the becoming of who we will be. I'm not the same as I was yesterday, and I won't be the same tomorrow when I wake up as I am today. And that is a good thing. You know, if you find yourself feeling like you are the same, I would challenge you to figure out your personal development side. And as I coach entrepreneurs and business owners on both, right, there has to be a healthy balance of both. You have to be able to sell well. You have to be able to present well. You have to be able to, you know, break down the processes and the systems, the procedures, the results, the expectation, like the expectation of the program. Like, you have to be able to do those things, but being able to communicate clearly, being able to lead well, being able to set clear verbal expectations with not just yourself, but with your family, with your team. Like, all those things are important. And for me, what I really realized is, as and I don't want to say focused, right? You don't have to just focus only on personal development. But as I really took more time and interest in my personal development, I became super comfortable with me. I became super comfortable with who I am. I became super comfortable with the idea of change. I became comfortable with the idea that I am not the same today that I was yesterday. I won't be the same tomorrow that I am today. And when you become a little bit more comfortable with that, it's a lot easier to just be yourself and to acknowledge, like, hey, yeah, these are the things that I'm getting better in, but it's also, you're also more okay with it because you know you're working on it. You know you're moving in the right direction. I think a lot of times, especially when I was younger, I didn't like not being good at something because I thought that I could just be good at it tomorrow. I thought I could just set the goal and do the step and be good tomorrow. And that was it. And I'd check it off and I'd be great at it, and we continue moving. But that's not how it works. You know, I find every single day, week, month, as the years pass, I feel like that I'm improving. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just think I'm getting better. But I really feel like that I'm getting better. I feel like I'm becoming a better leader, a better communicator, a better setter of expectations. I can define success better with projects. Like what does winning look like with this project? And I become better with my health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all the way around. It's a balance, right? It's a balance. I believe that life is about creating balance. And if you want, if you want more happiness in your life, more joy, more excitement, more enthusiasm, I believe there has to be a balance. There has to be something in place that kind of keeps you from just completely, I guess, distracted by one thing, right? Because we're a lot of things, especially as business owners, entrepreneurs. Like you don't just do one thing. You have lots of hats. You wear lots of hats, and sometimes you like doing lots of things. But as you focus on the personal development side of improvement, like you become better and better and better at all of these things professionally, which is just really cool. And part of that, I believe, is because you just become comfortable knowing, oh, I'm not going to be the best at it. I'm getting better at it as I go. But just knowing that kind of takes off the stress, right? It takes off this anxiety. It takes off this pressure to perform, this pressure to do well. And ultimately, it leaves you in a space that's a little bit more stress-free. You also feel a little bit more like free and light and fun and engaging. And when you can get in that space, personal development feels exciting. You become enthusiastic about change. And this idea of change, as I do believe it's required by anyone seeking to live their best life, essentially, right? I mean, supposedly we get one chance at this, you know? And I know that I don't want to spend it in my later years wishing I would have done something different, regretting that I didn't try. Are there things that I regret already? Sure, everybody has those to some extent. But at the end of the day, you don't dwell. You can't dwell, because you can't dwell and grow. You can't dwell and develop. You can't stay stuck and improve. It's not possible to do both at the same time. So I share this message with you today because I think a lot of times we get so caught up in the professional development that we forget that if we just work on ourselves, right? And like I said, the 5 pillars that I believe in is leadership, communication, expectation, success, and health. If we work on ourselves, we work on that foundation of our beliefs and where we're at and where we're going, and what we want, and what we've done, and what we'll do. As we create that and we focus on not just all, but we focus more of our energy, more of a balance between that professional and that personal, I think you're going to find more growth there. I think you're going to find more opportunity there long term, because not only do you get better personally, you naturally just get better professionally, because it all comes back to us. If we're doing well, everything around us is doing better. So I encourage you to give that a try. I encourage you to shift some of your professional development time and kind of put it more into personal development, and just see how that lands for you. If you need any help, you need support, I'm here. Feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you soon.